Sleeper, and I'm back with another video. I know it's been a while, but been working on a couple of things. Today I'm just gonna give out a few more recommendations, some hidden gems, um, and then I'm thinking about doing a review on a new movie that's coming out today. It's called Choose or Die on Netflix. So maybe I'll do a review on that. But all right, let's get to today's recommendations. And first is 100 Bloody Acres. Now, this one takes place in Australia, and it has Sophie and James, boyfriend and girlfriend, and they're with their James' best friend Wesley, and they're kind of backpacking through Australia. They go into like a musical festival, and along the way their car breaks down, and then big truck comes by, big fertilizer truck comes by, and they're trying to get a ride. The guy's not sure if he should give him a ride or not, but then he sees the girl. She's cute, redhead, so he says, all right, he'll stop, and picks him up. And then he's like, oh, I gotta make a stop though to drop some fertilizer off at this place before I can bring you to the festival. And they're like, okay, cool. But when they get to the factory where they gotta bring the fertilizer, his brother comes out. Their names is Reg and Wesley, I think it is. Is it Wesley? No, Lindsay. And comes out the gun, kidnaps them. And what they do is they use the human flesh to put in the fertilizer, and supposedly that makes the crops grow crazy. And so, they're all tied up in the warehouse, and the best friend Wesley, he's tripping on acid while he's in there. So there is some funny parts to it, but I don't want to give any more away other than that. But it's a very good movie. I highly recommend it. All right, let's move on to the next one. Here we go. Await further instructions. The other one, 100 Bloody Acres, that's on Tubi. And that's free streaming, so you gotta watch it. And this is Await Further Instructions. This one's 2018. It's on Shudder, and it's also on Tubi. So no reason not to watch it. And this one's more of a sci-fi horror. This one's with the character Angie and Nick, boyfriend, girlfriend, and they're gonna go home to Nick's family's house for the holidays. And Angie's, I think she's Indian, Middle Eastern Indian, and Nick is white, British. This is a British movie. And so they go back, and, grandfather's racist and all kinds of stuff. And then, they're arguing, and then they're like, the hell with it, we're going to leave. We'll get up in the morning, we'll leave, sneak out. Angie and Nick. So they get up in the morning and they go to sneak out. Oh, and while all this is happening, there's like power outages, and the cell phones aren't working. A lot of funny things are going on. It's all over the news and stuff. So they get up in the morning, they're gonna sneak out, and they open the front door, and then there's like like a metal door kind of blocking them. So like, what the hell? Banging on it, can't get out. So they go to the windows, same thing. Every back door, same thing. Go upstairs, windows all locked in. And then on the TV, it's saying like, await further instructions. So they think it's like the government thing. And so it keeps giving them different instructions to do. And the instructions are more devious as it goes along. So don't want to give any more away than that. But they're trying to get out of the house while they're fighting among each other, and all right. So let's move on to the next one. Let's see, which is Hosts from 2020. This is different than Host, and there's like two hosts. I think there's a South Korean host movie. It's not that. This is another British movie. This is its Host came out 2020. This is on Shudder, and it's also on Tubi. And this one is a a nice average British family. They invite this young couple, lives next door. They don't have kids. Just starting out. So they invite him over for Christmas dinner, and before they go over, they start seeing these weird lights out in like the fields and stuff, and they're not sure what it's about. And so they go over, and they're having dinner. Like this is a tough movie to talk about because can't give too much away. But let's just say this is gore galore. If you love gore, you'll love this movie. This movie has so much gore in it. It's great. And this one's also a little sci-fi horror, but it's very gore. So much gore. All right, let's move on to the last one. We'll just do one more. Make this video short. And The House of the Devil. This is directed by Ty West. You've heard me. I've mentioned him before. He did that X movie that just came out, which I still haven't seen yet, but I will eventually. This one, The House of the Devil, came out 2009. This is on Shudder, also on Peacock. Peacock's okay. I mean, not tons of horror on it, but they do have some good horror on there. And this one takes place in the 80s. And it's a girl. She's in college, named Samantha. She has a friend, Megan. And, she's in the dorms, and her girlfriend, her roommate in the dorms, always banging her dude, so she can never get any sleep, get any homework done, anything like that. So she's looking for an apartment. So she finds an apartment, but she doesn't have the money for the down payment to get the apartment. So she's, looking around, trying to find the job fast, and she sees a post on the college board, and it's just looking for a babysitter. And so, she talks to the guy, strange guy, but I think he offered her $100, and this is the 80s, so $100 was a lot of money. And so she's like, all right. And he's like, okay, I'll pick you up in front of the dorms at whatever time. So she's there, and she's waiting, the guy never shows. So, then anyway, she ends up going. But her girlfriend goes with her because, she thinks the guy's kind of creepy for ditching her. And so they get there, and the guy's like 100 feet tall. Really creepy guy. And he's like, they come in, big ass, like Victorian style house, humongous. Goes in, the wife's super creepy. So the friend goes with her just to feel it out and see how it is. And she's like, nah, I don't think so, because he tells her that he doesn't have kids. He's like, well, he says he has kids, but they're older. And he said, oh, you're actually just going to be babysitting his mother, the guy's mother. And she's like, no, I'm not, I don't know how to take care of old people, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, I'll give you $200. And she's still, she's thinking, and she's like, nah. He's like, $300. She's like, nah, I can't. And then he's like, $400. And I forget what it ended up being, $400 or $500. So she said, yeah, it was enough to get the apartment. So she says, yeah. And then her friend's pissed because she knows the guy's a creep. So she's pissed, but she's like, all right. She said, I'll be back at midnight to pick you up. And, and I forgot to say, this specific night, they were having a full lunar eclipse. So that plays into what happens. So, and it gets creepy after that. So, great movie, and I recommend it. All right, so I'm gonna try to watch that Choose or Die, and maybe put another video out tomorrow, a review on it, and I'm also working on ranking all of the Friday 13th movies, from worst to best. And Friday 13th, my favorite franchise. Jason Voorhees, my favorite killer. So that's been, tough working on that. But if you wouldn't mind subscribing, liking the video, do some comments. I'd love to get enough subscribers, do some live streams, and just, chat and talk about movies. That would be great. All right, thanks, and I'll see you next time.